talking, am I?
Yeah.
I don't have anything to talk about.
Sure you are. Good evening, gang. How are you? This is my back row. I'm going to move up a little bit further. We won't bite, I promise. I promise. Just need to have you sign in here because I need to just find out who you guys are so I can talk to you for future endeavors. My name is Terry Ober, and I do traffic safety for Kent and Queen Anne's counties. My contract is with the office in Hanover, the Highway Safety Office in Hanover, and it's also overseen by the Queen Anne's County Sheriff's Office. So I do a lot of things with education, such as pedestrian safety, bicycle safety, school bus safety, working with our young teenagers who are first getting their driver's license, working with our mature drivers. I'm not allowed to call them senior citizens anymore. Working with our mature drivers to actually allow them to keep their license a little bit longer and hopefully be a safer driver at the same time. And I've been connected with a lot of programs, clubs, organizations, coalitions, all kinds of adult stuff. And every time I go to those meetings, they're always saying, you know, we need the kids' influence. And I look around, and none of you are there. It's because they never invite you. So the whole purpose of having these teen meetings is to let you guys understand what is already in Queen Anne's County, what you can get involved in, and if there's everything shown to you and you still don't want to get involved in certain things, this group is going to come up with some ideas of our own. This is going to be a teen-run program. We're going to have some adult supervision. The main thing is, as long as it's not illegal, and as long as nobody's going to get hurt, we'll allow you to try it. But this is all about, you know, there's a lot of young people in Queen Anne's County says there's nothing to do in Queen Anne's County. And I do know there's a bowling alley, but it's way north, and I know there's no real mall and that kind of stuff, so I kind of agree with you guys. I actually live in Caroline County, where there's really nothing to do. So I'm actually hoping you guys get the ball rolling here, and maybe some other counties can take after us. Now, the group was named Teens in Partnerships only because we kind of had to label how we were going to get the word out about this meeting. If you guys do not like the name Teens in Partnerships, we can change it. Excuse me, you can change it. You can call it whatever name you'd like. But before we get started with what we're going to be doing, I'd like to introduce a few people. Kelly McKnight is connected with the Board of Education doing a drug and alcohol program. And Kelly, I'm going to let you introduce yourself, let them know a little bit about you, whether you're from Queen Anne's County. You can say a little bit about what you're going to be doing in schools, because those high school students will be seeing Kelly again after tonight, probably many, many times. So that's one reason I invited Kelly tonight. So Kelly, the floor is yours.
So I don't know if how many of you guys were at the last TIP meeting?
January 15th, we had a meeting in Centerville.
Okay, so then a couple of you weren't then. We got a grant. Queen Anne's County received a grant for to reduce alcohol and drug abuse, specifically because the teen binge drinking rates are really high in Queen Anne's County, higher than the state average and higher than other counties comparably. So we got a 3-year federally funded grant to reduce binge drinking in Queen Anne's County. There's 3 coordinators that were funded and 1 grant supervisor. One of the other coordinators is Ida Dacey. She's in the back. She's with Stevensville Middle School.
Ida's a little bashful.
And
Ida's come up late.
Yay! She's with Stevensville Middle School and Mattapique Middle School. I'll let her tell about herself in a minute. I'm with the 2 high schools, so I go between the annex, the main campus, Kent Island, and then Centerville. Is there anyone from Centerville today? Anyone from Queen Anne's County High School? Where are you guys from? Okay, you go to Bow. Okay, so you're in the nursing program there, or Med Science? Okay, and you're from Queen Anne's? Okay, so anyway, so I float between the annex, Kent Island, main campus, and Queen Anne's County. And the first thing we're doing is doing some new curriculum in the health classes, because the health curriculum was a little bit low on the drug and alcohol intervention and prevention side.
How are you gonna stop binge drinking?
That's a good question. That's a very complicated question. Right now we're doing some needs assessment, so we're interviewing parents, we're interviewing teachers, we're interviewing students, administrators, lots of people to kind of feel where the schools are. Why do you think students are using? So once we get a compilation of the data as to why we think students are using here more than others, we can address it. Some things that have come up specifically are there's not anything to do in Queen Anne's County, so that's probably the number one thing that we get from the students. That's probably one of the top ones we get from the parents and administrators as well, is that there's nothing for students to do. Parents are working across the bridge. They don't get home till late. They don't feel like driving their kids across the bridge to go to bowling alley, then coming back, and then going back and forth. They want to go home and go to sleep. So that's one of the main reasons that they say. What are some of the others that we've come across?
Lack of supervision.
Lack of supervision. The reason that teens are drinking is lack of supervision, lack of enforcement from parents, lack of enforcement of rules from administration, lack
defiance.
From, right. So those are some of the things that we're working on now. We're still in the gathering information phase, but definitely getting some prevention activities going on in the school. STAT already does some, helping STAT with some of the things that they do, but doing a little bit more in the community. Looking for things for students to do. That would be my number one. We're looking for some mentoring programs from the high school to the middle school to help with the middle school population not using when they come into high school. What are some other things that we're looking to do?
One of the things that is part of the program that we're in the same program, but we're going to start in the middle school, and we're starting a program with the science classes, and it's teaching a lot of standing up for yourself, to have those skills that it's okay to say no, and learning how to say no, that there's something else that you can do. You don't have to go along with everybody. And one of the things too that we're seeing is that a lot of the teens think that there is more drinking and doing drugs than what there actually is. So they feel this pressure that they have to do it too because everybody else is doing it. But in all actuality, not everybody else is doing it. So those are the things too. One of the things is to start at a younger age. It kind of builds a lot of more of the self-esteem, ways and skills, how to prevent that and find.
What do you think would help?
Having more to do, I guess. But what you said, like there's not enough supervision, it's like a lot of kids that have too much supervision, like with their parents, if their parents are too like controlling, they'll go out and like
So it works both ways.
Yeah.
Do you see a lot of parents that aren't supervising though, and that's where they're going for binge drinking, or not so much?
Like, no, not against binge drinking, it's more of like who's drinking because they have to. Like, just more kids. I think it's when they're not supervised, they do it less. They drink, I think, less than people who are more supervised because they're not rebelling so much. And they're just like, it's like a normal thing for them, and they're not like, oh, I can do it, I just do it because I can.
So it depends.
Did you by chance watch that special last night or Sunday night, 60 Minutes?
What was that?
How do you feel about them dropping the drinking age to 18?
I think it's a good idea actually because it will make kids not like rebel so much because that's a lot of reasons why kids do it is because they can't do it. So, but I think that it should be a law that like you have to leave your keys where you are because a lot of people get in accidents because of driving. So like that's like the number one reason like that people say that you should be 21 is because you would be more likely to get in the car. But people who can't drink and drive, they have to be home because they know that they're not supposed to be out drinking. So if they're 18, then like they're gonna get in a car and go home.
Risk it because they're afraid of getting caught.
Exactly. So I think it'd be better actually to be 18 and they wouldn't rebel so much and they wouldn't binge drink. They would just be able to drink when they wanted to and it wouldn't be so bad.
And it's great we got a discussion going, but I really wanted to introduce
Oh.
everybody first.
Sorry.
And then we can break into our teams unless everybody's wants to get involved with some of the information. Because I know Kelly would really appreciate knowing your thoughts and opinions, and hopefully when you see her in school working with that curriculum, they have that opportunity to give you that kind of feedback, right?
And we'll have focus groups. I'm going to have focus groups for the high school. Edna's going to have some focus groups for the middle school.
Is there anybody here from middle school?
Yeah.
Which middle school?
Stevensville.